So got another message here. It says, please Mel, read this. AJ Juice is very confusing. I explain. AJ Juice gives two appendix, one for Baghdad and one for Narbonne, and in each one he listed the Jameh Atigh mosque. Yes. Also, he wrote Sira instead of Shiraz. Okay. Might be a typo. There might be another reason for it. That's minor. Also, qibla degree are slightly different. So the qibla of Jameh Atigh is Narbonne or Baghdad. Please compare the two appendix. Yeah, I have actually checked both of those previously. And yes, as you can see, the qibla in those mosques, the same mosque actually, you got two qibla. One is 300.8 degrees and the other one is 303 degrees, right? That's accurate. We're talking about the same location, but there are two different walls, and I'm going to show you that next. It is correct. Okay, so there is a qibla line that goes from Shiraz all the way to Narbonne over here. I've drawn the line as best I can. I may have to adjust it ever so slightly. Let's see if we can. Let's get a bit closer. I'll just bring it down here. Okay, let's zoom in. This is fiddly, but hopefully you can follow what I'm at here. So you can see I'm not manipulating it or anything like that. Trying to distinguish it from all the other lines. So I may have to zoom in a bit further. Okay, now this is the line. Let's see if we can get the end of it. All right. I will adjust it at the other end. Okay, so I'll just need to zoom out again. So this top line is the one that is of interest to us. It's on the compound. That's the one that's pointing to Narbonne, whereas this other one that's actually on the mosque itself is the one that's pointing to Baghdad. So what I'm going to need to do is I need to go to the other end of the line and line it up at the other end, and we'll see that it actually is pointing to Narbonne, hopefully. Even at this stage you can probably tell it does actually point to Narbonne. Okay. Now let's go to this end here. Now, as you can probably tell, if we could you move this one down a bit further, you're going to probably see that this actually makes it line up all the better at the other end. Okay. So if you think about the coordinates here, is incredibly precise. We're talking about an accuracy of under 1 degree. We're talking of like a quarter of 1 degree of accuracy. So we're talking about an incredible level of accuracy here. This isn't by accident. Now I hope you can see that because I've lined it up to Narbonne at the other end, it actually matches up exactly right. You see that? One more shot at it. You see that? Okay, it's actually lined up. I could actually bring it. I could bring it a little bit further down at the other end, but not by much. In fact, I think I've actually done a more accurate. I think I've done a more accurate job of picking up the kibla line there. You see my yellow line is actually running just along it. We could probably bring it down a tiny bit here, but as you can see, it's pointed to Narbonne. Now there is a building here. It could be along this building here that is actually pointing directly to Narbonne rather than the actual compound. But actually, as you can see, I've lined it up exactly along this building here, and it points to Narbonne. So I hope that's sufficient to clarify that. This one here, we could do this one, but I've already done that already with the other video. So I hope that's satisfactory. Anyone would like to just test it out, just go onto Google Earth. Go to the Jameh mosque of Atigh in Shiraz. I don't know why AJ Juice has put Syrah down. I don't know what is that an alternative name for it? It should be Shiraz. But maybe there's a reason behind it. I don't know. But in any case, that I hope clears up the issue. It does point to Narbonne. I was almost finished with the video, and then I went looking, and I found here, as you can see, that Syrah is the French name for Shiraz. So that's probably why AJ Juice has used Syrah instead of this Shiraz. Now, because I looked this up, as you can see at the end there, the Iranian place name is said to be from Elamite sher, which means good, and raz, grape. In other words, good grape. One viewer mentioned that Narbonne is from Arabic, at least the Nar part. Nar means pomegranate, and bon in French, good. So good pomegranate. I did check that out. I didn't find it in Arabic, but I did find it in Turkish. So, for example, pomegranate syrup is nar ekşisi in Turkish, or the word nar itself just means pomegranate. It seems a bit of a stretch if a place name in France was named after a Turkish word. I find that hard to believe, but it's an interesting parallel nonetheless with Shiraz. But I probably would guess it isn't based on any etymological connection. It's probably one of those coincidences that happen sometimes in language. I don't think it's likely that is the reason for the name. So if you look here, the early stone record of the area comes from the Greek Hekateos of Meletius in the 5th century BC, who identified it as a Celtic harbour and marketplace at that time and called its inhabitants Narbonne. So I think that answers that. It's nothing to do with the Turkish word, I'm afraid.